Hello, Vibe Fam! I am so happy that you're here tuning in to my channel. I'm Sarai Gonzalez, and I'm the founder and artist of Your Smile is a Vibe. This is my doggy Lukey. He's gonna be in like all of my videos. I just wanted to use this time to tell you about how I got started with Your Smile is a Vibe. So essentially, I had been painting for years. I started around 2016 and I was just going through a really tough time. I was going through a lot of different trauma and I just decided to buy a canvas and paint, and I did. And I went to the lagoon at UCSB where I went to school, and I just started painting, and it was really raw, and at the time I thought it was really ugly, but I just did it, and it was such a like releasing feeling for me, and I loved it so much. And it was just one of those moments where I just thought, oh my gosh, I can do this forever, you know? And so since then, I didn't really have the funds to buy too much stuff, but throughout the years, I started just painting on my own in my room. And once I moved back here to Highland Park, I started just painting so much in my room. I had this one coffee table, and it was just like one of those moments where I thought to myself, like, man, I wish I could really do this as a living, you know? But nobody really ever told me that I could be an artist, and I really didn't think I was good at all. I just knew that like I loved painting so much. It was the one thing that just brought me so much release and allowed me to really truly just be myself and be authentically me. And so that's what I loved about it so much. And so essentially I had like so many different paintings, and one of my friends, Tara, who is just absolutely amazing. She is so creative, and she's also a photographer and artist and curator, does all these things. And shout out to you, Tara. I love you so much. And so we went to the park and we were just painting, and she was just like, wow, I didn't know that you were an artist. And I was like, I'm not. And she's like, yeah, you are. And I was like, I guess. And she kind of like called it out of me, and I just appreciate that so much. And I had shown her this Instagram page that I had started, and I didn't tell anybody about it. I just wanted to see if I was any good. And I remember getting like my first like, and it was just like, wow, I can't believe this. Like, one person thinks that I'm good, right? And I was just in shock. And so that kind of gave me a little bit of confidence to keep going and kind of like putting images here and there on Instagram. And I actually did decide on the name Your Smile is a Vibe back then. It just like came to me so naturally out of nowhere, and I was just like, yeah, I love this. And I just love that name so much because it just spoke to like seeing all these beautiful people around me, and being surrounded by people I love, and just thinking like, you're a vibe, you know, and I'm a vibe, and your smile is a vibe. And it's just like one of those things that just instantly clicked for me, you know. A lot of people when I would go out would always call me a vibe, and so it was just something that I really wanted to just use as a way to show other people that they're valued and important and enough. And so I love that name so much. It's my favorite thing in the whole world, and I really like live by it. So that's kind of the story behind the name. But yeah, so going back to the park, I showed her some of my stuff, and she was just like, hey, like, I'm actually doing my first showcase, and would you like to be in my art gallery? And I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, this is my dream. I was so nervous, and I was just like shocked that she would even ask me to be a part of that, but I said yes. And that next, like, you know, few weeks, I just was so just happy to be like shopping for frames, and I was looking through all of my artwork, seeing like which ones I should, you know, pick out for the gallery. And I was kind of just like going through all of them, like seeing all the work I had done. I had like boxes, like piles of paintings I did on like 1 sheets, And so I just had tons and tons of paintings, and I decided to put them in frames to look a little better, but I was just so nervous. I even made like my first business cards, and I was literally freaking out, but my mom was so gracious enough to support me and help me through this, and she helped me buy all these frames and kind of like pick out which ones I should use. And it was just one of those things that was incredible, and I will never forget just how special it felt, and how just aligned with like who I was, you know. It was actually located in Santa Barbara, and so it was 3 years after I had experienced like all of that like previous trauma when I first started painting. And so it was crazy to see how I had started painting in Santa Barbara, feeling just like really depressed and anxious and like going through a lot of stuff, and then 3 years later I was here back at Santa Barbara, but with this newfound purpose, and calling myself an artist and putting myself out there and feeling like I really was doing a lot better than I had been. And so I was just so excited. And at that time I had also just started going to C3LA, so I had these incredible women praying for me and praying for my hands, and just like calling out the healer in me, and how my artwork would really bring healing to people through my story as well. And it was just such a beautiful alignment of how like God and art just came together simultaneously. They were like one and the same. And ever since then, like, my business has just become a ministry and has been able to help me to grow as a leader in church, and to encourage people, to bring out my gifts, to just help people heal from their own trauma. So it's been incredible. And going back to that day at the art gallery, it was called A Night for the Arts, and it was just so incredible meeting all of these other artists. And I still talk to some of those artists that I met that day, and we're really good friends now, and they've helped me out and have just been so incredible to really guide me on this artistic journey. And so I remember just having my little booth, and it was just incredible to see just how everybody was just so nice. And my mom came to support me. She like helped me take all my stuff down there, and she helped me set everything up. And some of my friends came from LA, some of my friends from Santa Barbara, some people I had just met came to support me. And I remember like my friend Luke, shout out to you, he bought my first painting, and I started crying. Like, it was just such a huge moment for me. And I remember he paid a little extra than I had suggested, and that to me was just like huge too, because I didn't even think that anybody would ever buy any of my paintings, let alone pay a little extra for it, and so I was just so humbled that day. And I just remember it like it was yesterday. I got to meet these incredible human beings, and I was out there just telling my story and really just connecting with people through an artistic way. And people were asking me about my art and how I got started, and I didn't even know any of the art terms. And I remember somebody saying like, oh yeah, she does abstract expressionism, and I was like, I don't even know what that is, but this is so cool, like I'm part of a category. Like, it was so awesome. And I was just such a newbie, and I still am in so many ways, but it was just such a great experience. I loved it so much. And literally after that day, like, I sold a few pieces and I was just freaking out. I remember just going home and feeling like this was really something that I want to do for the rest of my life. So I really decided, okay, I'm gonna tell everyone that I'm an artist. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna really promote my Instagram. And so I started posting more. Like, I had so many paintings already that I just started posting all of them. I started adding people, and not that long after, I think it was about like 2 or 3 weeks later, I ended up being in my first show. It was actually with Mart Bar. Shout out to Casey. I love you so much, Casey. She just found me and, you know, hit me up to be in her show as well. And it was a marketplace. It was so awesome. And I went and I got to meet her, and she was incredible. Until this day, she's one of my good friends. And I got to meet some other people that I still talk to, and I started going like almost every weekend to Mar Vista and just selling my art there. And that's where I got a lot of exposure, and I met a lot of different artists, and people started buying my prints, and I started, you know, making stickers eventually and bringing my original canvases. And I was just, you know, making so much art. I was like creating like so much at the time. I was just so hooked on it. And that's when I started pour painting for the first time, and I really got into that, and I still do it. It's one of my favorite things. It's just such an incredible release to see the paint just transform from like one little thing to this massive, beautiful painting that I believe is just God, you know, because it's just so incredible to see how it changes like that. And so pour painting is definitely one of my favorite things to do. I can make like 10 paintings in one sitting, and so I love that so much. And from there, you know, I just started going to more shows and getting more exposure, going to more marketplaces, and really just getting more followers on Instagram. And I had like an entire year of just growth and learning, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I've never done a business. I didn't even imagine ever doing a business in my life, but here I am, like, you know, a few months later. It's been an incredible year. I had my first year anniversary on October 21st, and so it's just been such a journey. And I recently just reached 1,000+ followers on Instagram, and that to me is, you know, one of the biggest things that I've ever encountered. I just was just in awe of how much I've grown, and seeing how blessed I was, and the people who have been there since day one have seen my entire journey and everything I've tried, all of my mistakes, just my growth, you know. And the new people, I welcome you so much. Thank you for being a part of my journey. I can't wait to, you know, spend this time with you, and it's just been so great. Like, I'm in my element, in my purpose, just walking aligned with the purpose that God has given me. And it's such an incredible way for me to express myself, for me to heal from my trauma. I've seen my healing through my art, and the way that I connect with God is through art. I speak to Him, and He speaks to me, and He gives me visions of what to create sometimes. And it's just so beautiful to see how just everything feels so aligned. Everything is just perfectly in sync with one another. And I think that's why I feel so happy and so full of joy leading Your Smile's a Vibe, and I can't wait to see how it continues to grow. It's my child, you know, besides Lukey here, it's my child. I love it with all my heart, and I work day and night to make it happen. I have been learning, watching so many YouTube videos and webinars, and, you know, learning from other people, and just really trying to figure out how to do this. I just can't see myself doing anything else. And so as much as, you know, it's not making as much money at the time, like, I still get income every month, and people support me, and God blesses me with, you know, some kind of finances. And it's just, to me, every single order that I get means so much. I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for you supporting me, for you just walking on this journey with me. And so Your Smile's a Vibe is more than just a business for me. It's my redemption story. It's the way that I tell people that I was this person and now I'm not, and this is the life I'm walking in. And I'm proud of who I am now. I love myself. I'm proud of my growth, and I will just continue to walk on this path, and this path has brought me so much healing. I got freed from depression. I'm 14 months sober. I'm celibate now. I'm a leader in my church. I'm a dog mom. You know, I've just been working so hard to just prove to myself I'm doing it right now, and I'm just like really happy that I have such a great support system. So if you're watching this for the first time, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this and being a part of my journey. You truly mean so much to me, and if you've been watching me for a while, then thank you so much as well for being here throughout the whole time. I'm so grateful for you, and I wouldn't be able to do anything that I do if it wasn't for you supporting me. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It truly means so much to have you in my life. And if you need any type of encouragement, if you ever need a friend, please come to me. I would love to be that person for you and to help you grow and to guide you. And you know, this whole series is called Grow With Me, and it's just my way of bringing you into my life, and hopefully I can be a part of yours and we can grow together. And I just have so much love for you, so thank you so much for listening. And that's kind of like the basis of how I got started with Your Smile is a Vibe. I will definitely be going into more details as to my process and what it's like to be, you know, a founder, an artist, an entrepreneur, and all this stuff together. So as you follow along on my journey, hopefully I can help you along with yours and we can work together. So please leave comments if any of this resonates with you, and please just, you know, reach out to me if you want to get to know me. If you have any questions at all, I'm an open book. So thank you so much for just having some interest in my story, and I hope that along the journey it helps you out. What you can also expect from this channel is I'm going to be doing art therapy with Sarai. So I'm going to be painting and kind of showing you behind the scenes in the studio. I'm going to be telling you about different aspects of my life. I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks, showing you different things about my blogs on my website. So I'm just going to be keeping you in the loop about everything. So I hope that you just continue to watch my videos. Please like and comment and subscribe and just share with everyone that you know. That would mean so much to me. So thank you so much, and your smile is a vibe. I hope you have a great day. Bye.